Well, good morning, y'all, and welcome back to Apron Strings. I'm glad y'all are here with me. It's Saturday morning, and I'm going to get my video done, and I hope the internet works well and I can get it uploaded for today. But I wanted to tell y'all, with the internet like it is, I generally upload Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. But just in case something doesn't show up, just know that my internet is slow. My video for the quiche in the bell pepper, after 11 hours I deleted it and started over and it finally uploaded. But my internet sometimes is just crazy. I guess it's the internet and not YouTube's upload facility. I don't know. But anyhow, if somehow I'm not on here, you better tap that little bell and then they'll let you know when everything's ready and you can watch it. Because I got some goodies coming. Today we're going to have one that is inspired by a channel that I enjoy watching, and it's the Farming Pastor's Wife. And she's just always upbeat and fun and cooks some good stuff. So this is from her channel, and I'm going to make Copycat P.F. Chang's lettuce wraps. Now let me just tell y'all a story. Long time ago, my friend that gave me the bowl that I told y'all about, the Longaberger bowl, for my 40th birthday, Pam Bounds, invited me to go to Austin with her because Daniel was out there in college. That's their son. And we went to see Daniel, and she took me to eat at P.F. Chang's. And guess what I had? Lettuce wraps. And I haven't had them since. But I remember how much I loved them. I love those weird flavors that was in there because I'd been raised on taters and gravy. I didn't have all this other stuff. So anyway, today I am going to walk back down memory lane a little bit, and I'm going to make some Copycat P.F. Chang's lettuce wraps. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to take these shoes off where I'll be a little bit shorter. I'm going to brown up a little bit of onion, and then I'm going to add my chicken and get it browned and cooked, and then we'll add all those yummy flavors in. And your kitchen just smells good when you start adding those flavors. So I've got, it says a half a cup of onion, but I've got about probably 3/4 of a cup because I just used what I had. So I'm going to get this in the skillet and a little bit of olive oil and wilt it some. And then I'm going to put my chicken in and cook it till it's brown. And you know how chicken kind of looks like it needs to get out in the sun and get a tan. But when we add the soy sauce and everything else to it, it'll darken it up and make it look a little bit more appealing presentation-wise. So I'm going to get this in my skillet. I've got my skillet over here, but I didn't preheat it. So let me get it, my oil stirred around in it a little bit. That really don't look like much onion when you spread it out like that. I'm going to put a little bit more olive oil. Because it's my skillet and my olive oil. Okay, let's let those wilt just a snitch. Everything else is just measured with measuring spoons. We're going to put a little bit of soy and some water chestnuts and some hoisin sauce and oyster sauce and some chili paste. A little bit of ginger. Then I've got some green onions that we're going to just garnish with. So when these wilt down a little bit, I'll bring y'all back and we'll get the chicken added and we'll get it tanned a little bit, and then we'll get everything put together. And I'm going to kind of have, I guess this will be brunch today because I'm hungry, but I didn't make any breakfast, so I'm going to have some of this when it gets done. While that's sauteing a little bit, I want to tell y'all about a good deal that I got at Costco. I went in for just a thing or two, and you know how it is. They always have stuff that tempts you, and sometimes I have to yield to temptation. But their pecans before Christmas were $13 for a 2-pound bag. Sam's is pretty well comparative. yesterday, and I think it's the sale that'll last for several weeks. They had their 2-pound bags of pecans for $8 and something, less than $9. So let me just tell y'all, you know how I am about buying stuff ahead? Run up there and get you some and vacuum pack them, or just put them in a Ziploc bag and get all the air out that you can. Put them in your freezer, and you'll have your pecans to cook your goodies for next Christmas, or your cookies all year long, your pecan pies, at a lot. I mean, it's almost half price. So that is a good deal that's going on at Costco right now. They need to give me an extra bag for advertising, but I don't think they're going to do that. And then while I was just minding my own business and pushing my buggy along, all of a sudden, right over here out of the corner of my eye, I caught these real colorful containers. Y'all, now I use too much Ziploc, okay? Whatever you want to call them, that's the brand that I really use because I like their freezer ones. And I'll put stuff in the icebox instead of a bowl. I'll put it in the Ziploc and it takes up less space. But I've been wanting to go get me some glassware that I could store stuff in. Well, they had a set of 5 of these, and they were on sale for $19.99. They have a silicone glove around them that you can use in the oven and the microwave. You don't even have to take it off. It's there for you to pick it up by the silicone or whatever. This is oven and microwave and freezer. But the lid, the only thing I don't like, the lid is some type of plastic, but it's got all of the good kudos on it, so it's not going to hurt anything. And then they snap closed, and you can put them in the icebox and put your stuff in them and stack them. Or in your cabinet they'll stack. And look here, y'all. They did have a red one. So anyway, that's 2 goodies that I found at Costco that I wanted to share with y'all. I'm excited about these, but oh my goodness, these pecans, I'm very excited to get me some pecans put up for, you know, because sometimes if the pecan season doesn't do well, they're sky high. So I'm going to have pecans to put in anything I want to cook, and at a much lesser price. So get on over to Costco, and you know, you could tell them I sent you, but that won't matter. Tell them they need to watch Apron Strings because she's talking about them. Let me stir my onions. Well, they're getting a little bit brown. I guess my fire's too high. So I'm going to go ahead and add my chicken. Let me get my goodies out of the way. Don't y'all like these little things? I do. That was my birthday present to myself. I don't know how many things I'm going to claim as a birthday present to myself, but that's one of them. Okay, let me get the chicken in. I could have ground my own chicken. I've got that little Tupperware grinder thing. But this was just so much easier. As I walked past, it wanted to come home with me. So I let it. Okay, I'm going to try to chop this up a little bit because it's in. Oh yeah, it'll chop. And that chicken doesn't have any fat in it, so I'm going to add a little bit. You could make some of my shrimp fried rice for 2 and multiply it for however many's at your house, and you'd have a complete meal. I'll try to remember to put that recipe down below in case you wanted to make some to go along with your lettuce wraps. And look here, y'all, I found some new fabric that I love with roosters on it and made myself an apron, and I happen to have a little bit more of it if y'all are interested in an apron. My email is below. Shoot me an email and order you one. $45. They're totally lined. You can reverse them to the back side. It's generally a solid color, but it's still perfectly usable. So like if you're cooking and you're going to have company after a while, well, wear it on the plain side, and then right before you go answer the door, flip it around to this side, and it'll be pretty. I'm going to let that cook, and when it gets what I think's done, I'm going to add all the seasoning to it, and we'll pretty well have our lettuce wraps ready to go. So y'all just rest a minute and get you some sweet tea. Oh, there's a little hummingbird out there on my feeder. Some people just have swarms of them. I'll have one or two, and one of them thinks he's the cat daddy, and he dives at the other one. But I like birds. Anyhow, I'll be back in a minute with some cooked up meat, and we'll make us some, well, we'll have to finish seasoning it, and then we'll make us some lettuce wraps. Okay, y'all, my chicken's done, so we're going to start adding in what we need to add in. Now, it calls for a tablespoon of garlic, and I don't have quite a tablespoon because I'm using fresh instead of garlic powder. So, you can add that to taste, I guess. Now, Monica, you can make this for Randy because you see how easy it is. Let me know how y'all like it. This is part of y'all's blessing. Thank you again. Trying to make some different stuff. Okay, and we're going to need 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. That's why we don't put any salt. And you can use the reduced sodium. I just got the regular. Even soy makes it start smelling good. Soy and garlic. You know, garlic's pretty good. I don't mind smelling it. I like it. Okay, we've got the soy in. Now we need chili paste. And we need a half of a teaspoonful. That ain't very much, is it? And I'm using a garlic chili paste. I'm going to put a little bit more. We need hoisin sauce, and of that we need 1/4 of a cup. So let me see, 1/4 of a cup. You get me a measuring cup over here. I think that's just 4 tablespoons, so I'm just going to do it that way. I laid that up on there a while ago, and look what happened to it. Branded it. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll give that a stir. Now, when the farm and pastor's wife made this, she had doubled it. So you can double it and make enough for a big old gathering if you want to. But I just made the regular recipe. Smells yummy. Cover that back up. And see what's next on the list over here. We need 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce. And this is all in the Asian section at your store. I guess that'd be heaping tablespoons. That's what it looked like, didn't it? Worcester sauce. And we need some rice vinegar, a tablespoon. That'll wash the rest of that out for me, maybe. Didn't do too good of a job. Y'all, it sure does smell good. But I guess you're going to have to make some at your house to believe me. What is it? Smelling is believing. Let me check the recipe again. See what I've left out. We need a pinch of ginger, and that's it. And I'll add in my water chestnuts. I'm just going to add a little pinch of this crystallized ginger, which I probably should be using ground ginger, but this is what I have, so we'll just go with this for the flavor. Just a smidge. Then I need to add the water chestnuts. Calls for a half a cup of chopped water chestnuts. And I may just go ahead and put the rest of them in here because this was the can and I don't have anything else that I'm going to use them for. So mine were sliced and I just chopped them a little bit. Leave a will. There's no use wasting them, is it? That sure does smell yummy. I'm just going to let it kind of simmer just a snitch and let all those flavors blend up a little bit. Okay, y'all meet me back at the butcher block and we'll put us some in some lettuce leaves and see what it tastes like. Okay, I'm using organic butter lettuce that I bought at Kroger. And it comes in a little container and has the roots still on the bottom. So this is what we're going to wrap our lettuce wraps in. I picked me off some leaves and I washed them and I patted them almost dry. And I'm just going to put me a scoop of my filling on there. And see if I can wrap it around. I'll make a couple of them. My grandson is here again to help, and so when he gets up, he'll like them. I don't think Troy will like it. He might. I doubt it. I'm going to wrap one and then I'm going to leave one open. Let me get my snips where I can put some green onions on them. I'll just put some around the plate. Let me put this back on the stove and put the lid on it. Try to keep it warm. And I'm going to taste of these. I just can't hardly wait. And I'm going to say, I know it's going to be messy, so y'all just watch. Man, you got all those Asian flavors going on. I don't know if they do sweet tea or not. And the crunch of the water chestnuts, see, I like crunchy. So, I like that. Y'all need to try this one. It's very good. You could just shred your lettuce up and put this meat mixture in it for an Asian salad. It would be delicious. Maybe a little Napa cabbage and different kinds of lettuce. But now y'all have a very different recipe from this Southern cook. I don't usually do stuff like this. But I just couldn't help myself after I saw her eat it and when her husband tasted of it. Saw her make it and he was tasting of it, telling how good it was. It brought back those memories of when I went with Pam to Austin, and I needed me some of that. So thank you to the farm and pastor's wife for the inspiration, and I think y'all will enjoy this one. Probably don't have everything you need in your cabinet unless you're used to cooking stuff like this. So, you know, just run on over to the store and get you some and make them. It's a treat. It's like better than eating out. You don't have to wear a mask till you get to the table. You know the funniest thing to me is, once you sit down at the table in the same room, there ain't no way you can get COVID. You can take that mask off and you are safe as all get out. But from the door to your table, there's COVID running all around you. Isn't that stupid? And at my house, we don't even have to put a mask on to come from the door to the table or anything. So see, I'm a lot better off to make it and eat it at home. Good Lord bless and keep y'all. I promise I'll be back in a day or two with a video, and hopefully my internet will work good. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit the little notification bell so you'll know when I upload another video. Give me that thumbs up. You know when you're doing something and you look over at somebody and think, man, it makes you feel good. So when I look down there and I got all those likes by that little thumb, it makes my heart happy. So if y'all will do that, I'll appreciate it. Okay, I'll be back in a day or two. Oh, get you an extra can of beans or an extra bag of rice or something when you go to the store, and put it on your shelf so you'll have a little bit extra. Today is the present. It's a gift from God. Open that present up and have a wonderful day. Get all the sugar out of it you can. Make all the memories you can. And file them away up here, because one day you'll sure be glad to look back on them. See, I was looking back on a memory from Austin many, many years ago, and it just made me happy to relive it and think about it. So make some memories. One day you might be glad to think about them. See y'all in a day or two.